Hi, this is Paul. I'm coming back with TTM episode number 21. First off, I want to echo Serena's words of passing to Lisa Z. I guess she was a big Detroit sports fan, so I'm sure the people in Detroit are not very happy with last night's outcome. I thought Detroit would win the Super Bowl this year, but it looks like they won't. And then also, Mr. Baseball Bob Uecker passed a few days ago. He was an icon. I mean, and NB and MLB Network did a lot of tributes to him. And I'm just gonna one was my one favorite. I'll try and make this fast. I don't make nothing fast, but Bob Uecker did Monday Night Baseball with Al Michaels and Howard Cosell. Of course, a lot of the younger viewers may not remember Howard Cosell, but Howard Cosell, of course, was on Monday Night Football with first with Keith Jackson and then Don Meredith, and then Frank Gifford took over. And Cosell, he really didn't know anything about anything, but he was a great interviewer and everything. But as far as being like a game analyst, he really didn't know a whole lot. I mean, he tried, but and he was very condescending. But when Howard Cosell somehow got mixed up with Monday Night Baseball, him, Al Michaels, and Bob Uecker did the games. And Al Michaels was the play-by-play, and Bob Uecker and Cosell were the analysts. And they were doing a game, and Cosell, in the middle of the game, calls for a bunt. And Bob Uecker, who knew everything about baseball, was a great broadcaster, and condolences to the fans in Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin. But Bob Uecker tells Howard Cosell, Howard, it's not the time to do a bunt. So Cosell goes to Bob Uecker, okay, you don't have to be so truculent about it. And then in this condescending fashion, he goes to Bob Uecker and says, you probably don't know what the word truculent means. So Bob Uecker, in his comedic comeback, pretty much said, if you owned a truck and I borrowed it, it would be a truculent. So that's my favorite Bob Uecker story. Okay, getting down to the TTMs, we got a 4-4 in 18 days from Jimmy Giles, who signed his Detroit Lions logo photo. He played for the Lions late in his career. And that was 18 days. And then he signed his Houston Oilers logo photo. That was his first team. And if I'm not mistaken, the draft pick that the Oilers got for trading Jimmy Giles to Tampa Bay was Earl Campbell. We'd have to look that up. Then shout out to Mike at the Hot Corner. He signed his Philadelphia Eagles logo photo. He played for the Eagles, I believe, after the Buccaneers. And where he made his mark, there's a 5x7 logo photo. Jimmy Giles should be in Canton. So that's an argument for something else. But he inscribed it, Bucks Ring of Honor, and he was in the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame. So thank you, Mr. Giles. The next one is a 1-on-1 in 10 days from Matt Millen. He signed this CBS NFL logo photo. He worked for CBS doing games when they still had the NFC before it went to Fox. Got a little, he put in the envelope too quick, but he inscribed his number and then the years he did the games on CBS. So thanks, Mr. Millen. The next one is 2-2 in 13 days from Dwayne Henry. He signed the 92 Fleer. 88 Tops. Shout out to Autographs 2000. And then next one is 3-3 in 13 days from Joel Skinner. I have two of them. One is a checklist, and I sent that out the other day. But he signed the 92 Fleer and the 90 Tops. And the next one is a 201 in 20 days from Mike Fratello. Okay, Mike Fratello, former NBA coach, but he also did games with Marv Albert. Shout out to TTM Mike. He did NBA games on NBC, and he teamed with Marv Albert, the great Marv Albert. And Marv Albert titled Mike Fratello the Czar of the Telestrator, so that's what he inscribed it. Mike Fratello coached the Atlanta Hawks. I believe he coached the the New Jersey Nets. We can look it up. And then he signed this best wishes index card. So thank you, Mr. Fratello. The next one's a 3-1 in 20 days from Matt Gukas. Matt Gukas, too, did commentary on the NBA and NBC. He also was a broadcaster for the Orlando Magic, and I believe he was the first coach of the Orlando Magic when they were an expansion team in the 80s. Matt Gukas is a former player, and I believe he coached the Sixers as well. We'd have to look it up. He signed and inscribed this index card, 76ers, 1966 first-round pick. And then in his rookie year, they won the NBA championship, and he inscribed and signed the index card. And I believe Wilt Chamberlain was on that team. We'd have to look it up. And then next one is a 101 in 35 days, Bobby Valentine on his Mets logo photo. I know I was giving it a stretch, asking him to inscribe at 2000 National League champions, but Bobby Valentine's pretty cut and dry, 101. He'll sign you one item, and that's it. No inscriptions, no nothing. So I guess that's in lieu of better than charging. I don't know if I threw some money in, he would have inscribed it, but it's not that big of a deal. The next one is a 3-3 in 14 days from Bryn Smith. The first one was a checklist, and I resent that out. And I'll show it when I get it back. He signed this 92 Fleer and this 90 Tops. Thank you, Mr. Smith. The next one's a 2-2 in 14 days from Dan Pasqua. He signed this 91 Fleer Ultra. And he signed this 92 Fleer. Dan Pasqua is a great TTMer, but I would only send him 2 at a time. Sometimes he'll do 2, and if you send him 1 and 2, he'll send him back unsigned, the excess of 2. So. And then the last one is a 3-3 in 14 days from Brian Harvey. He signed this 91 Fleer Ultra. And he's the father of Hunter Harvey. I believe he's Hunter Harvey's with the Washington Nationals. Then he signed this 92 Fleer when he's with the Angels. He, of course, was an original Miami Marlin. And then he signed this 92 Fleer League Leaders. So other than that's it. That's it for the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I wish luck to the people in Philadelphia. And also a shout out to the people in LA dealing with those fires. But the Eagles are going to have a tough time today, Mike. Because as far as I'm concerned, just like the Washington Commanders, the Rams are playing with house money. A lot of people are taking it that they're all, they got the fires in their homes in Los Angeles on the back of their minds. So, but terrible what's happened in Los Angeles, and our thoughts and prayers to the people out in LA dealing with these fires. So, well, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to everybody later.